welcome back.
Hi.
I am Allie.
I'm Amy.
And together we are Lost Our Needles. We are a mother-daughter cross-stitch duo that's really freezing our tails off down here in Arizona.
It was a high of 61 today.
Brr.
So I am probably, for the first time you guys have seen me, have a sweater on.
So I hope all of you in the rest of the country are staying warm and toasty and safe.
Being safe, please, especially in the extremely icy areas like Texas, the southern band of that.
Yeah. I know my friend used to live in Dallas, and she was talking about how Dallas is essentially going to be like shut down when she has to visit this week.
They had I saw a quick video today, a graduate from a Northern Michigan college who was a hockey player there. He's living in Dallas now. He was on, nobody was on the highway, so he was on the highways. They're so icy. He was ice skating on the highways with his hockey stick. It was funny to watch. I mean, but it's dangerous. We all know how dangerous ice can be. So Please be safe. Be careful.
And jokes aside, down here, we have not had a cold winter. Like, this has been a really warm winter.
It's been a mild winter. We have not had anything below freezing yet, which is unusual. I
really don't like it. I want to bring out my coat. If you guys want to send the cold, we'll take it for a couple days.
She needs to move back north.
So it's been a couple of days past a month, like about a month and a week. We did it right at the end of the school, right before break.
Oh gosh, has it been that long?
It was like that Wednesday of like
we've been so busy. Oh yeah, we have been. I mean, in all good ways, but it's been between the holidays and you getting back into the swing of school. And I've had a few friends come for a visit. We've both had friends come for a visit. I've had friends come for a visit.
Yeah.
And
so what are some of the things you've been up to?
Since Christmas.
So you had a birthday. I had a birthday.
Yep. We remembered Drew's birthday because his was right after Christmas.
We had Christmas. I got to host Christmas this year, guys, and that was lovely.
It was helpful because Christmas is wonderful, but it's also a little hard because that was my husband's Drew's favorite holiday, and it just brings memories back. So it was kind of nice doing something a little different. But it was also
even harder because Oliver and Elizabeth
weren't here because Oliver's somewhere in the world, 50,000 leagues under the ocean, and Elizabeth spent Christmas at home with her parents.
Yeah, so it was lovely getting to take kind of on that role.
It was nice. And then, so a friend of mine, we were roommates in the Air Force, and we were in each other's weddings. Her son is stationed in Yuma, and she and her husband spent Christmas with them, and then spent a few days on the way back home here with me, where her husband went back to work, and she spent a few extra days with me, which was fun. She's expecting her first grandchild any day now, so we're eagerly awaiting that wonderful moment. And then you and I together.
Well, and then I hosted a New Year's party.
You had a New Year's party where she got to do lots of champagne savoring, which we talked about the last time.
Yeah, and just fun with friends. Like, we had a friend that come in from out of town, and fun cocktails, and then back to school, which has been crazy. Yeah, and then last weekend we had some stitchy friends come into town that we met at the Chantel. We call ourselves Table 6. Hey, Table 6.
Hi, ladies.
And that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. We rented a house that was close to the attic. And stayed up late stitching, although I don't know how much stitching I actually got done. It was so much laughing, storytelling, getting to know each other on a deeper level than even you had time for at Chantel's. And then, of course, we went to the attic, not one day, but twice. She only got to go once because she actually had to work one day. But we went one day, and then we all went back the second day. So yeah. And money was spent both days, apparently.
So, of course, there will be haul in this video between Christmas and we won't go into detail, but we'll share some of our haul.
Yeah.
I keep saying, Yeah. Okay. And then school, headaches galore. Yeah. Like, I feel like I've been a medical mess in the last 3 weeks and slowly starting to figure it out.
Just been having sinus congestion and vertigo. I mean,
headaches.
On the scale of medical mess on 0 to 10, you're a 1. But let's Let's be real, but
maybe
it's
a
still
2.
annoying.
Those are some pretty
Debilitating
headaches.
Yeah. Okay.
2.
I don't want to put it down, but when you look at the big scheme, anyway, she went in and got looked at today, and they're going to try a couple things.
Yeah, I got the text about how much one of the meds are going to be.
Which one? Shouldn't have been the.
I didn't have a chance. I got it like while I was driving, but it's going to be almost $100. So this has not been a cheap trip today for trying to get answers.
Anyway, we won't bore you with that.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's over.
We got started
later.
on this before I had a chance to share that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So finishes. We both have a finish.
We both have a finish. No fully finishes. I'd like to change that, but.
And actually, we both finished this on the weekend. No, you finished it when you got home.
I finished it when I got home.
So I finished mine on the weekend, so I finished it first. So
last weekend with our stitchy friends.
So this is Primrose Cottage's Free Stitch Friday, Hello Winter. And I just did it with all the called for colors on a scrap of country vintage mocha that I had. I just thought it was so cute.
It is cute. I think I have some fabric that'll look good to finish that on the back if you didn't get the fabric.
Yeah, I didn't, not this one. Okay. I have the Hello Autumn one. And then I really like their Hello Spring one, so I'll probably stitch that soon that I got last spring.
And then can rotate them in and out.
And I have their Hello Summer, but it's really watermelon heavy, and while I like watermelon, I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch that one.
Decorate with. Are you going to turn it into a pillow or like a thing you can set on one of your shelves?
I think I'm going to turn it into something I can set on one of my shelves, either in my house or at school.
Okay.
So that was my finish. I did not do almost any stitching over Christmas break. So any stitching I've done has really been in the last like 2 weeks.
You've really gotten back into it the past couple weeks.
Yeah, so that's been really nice. I feel like I go through where I read or over cross stitch or cross stitch over read, and right now I'm in my cross stitch mode.
Yeah.
So what did you finish?
Well, I think I told you our last Flosstube that I had subscribed to the Chantel and Teresa Kogut, the Blessing
Sampler.
Yeah, we are blessed. So this is the pattern, and it comes with, I bought the kit, and I was fortunate enough to get it in the first round. So they were doing a stitch along, but when I get excited about something, I just keep stitching. So I finished this like a week ago today.
I love that so much.
All the called for flosses that they sent. I mean, the kit included everything except for the paint to finish the drum. And I got all the paint now, so I'm going to hopefully start working on that in the next week or so. And it's 36 count. What's the fabric that they use? The 36 count mica by Cedar River. And I like stitching on it. It's beautiful fabric. I love the finishes on it. I mean, I just love the way it finished up. You can't tell to look at it, but I think I got off on a couple of the things by a couple stitches, but you can't tell, and it's not going to affect the full finish. So Teresa Kogut's, it's just an adorable pattern. I mean, the shading in it is subtle, but it's there, which gives it that 3D feel.
I'm glad she's done, because that means I can take the pattern.
Yeah. And just so you know, I don't know if you follow Chantel, or I'm not sure about Teresa, but Chantel's just announced that both the pattern and the drum are going to be released for wholesale or for purchase at Nashville. So in March, the ability to buy this and the kit, the drum kit, I believe, will be coming out in Nashville.
Okay.
After Nashville.
So you guys got like the early
We just got early birds on it, but it's been such a huge request that they have made I'm pretty sure it's the joint decision, because I think I heard Teresa say it too, that they are going to be releasing this at Nashville. So hang in there, folks, those that didn't get round one or two.
Well, I really like it because so many of the patterns that are coming out for America's 250 are just so big, like the one that we got from the attic that we'll share in a little bit. They're so big that I like just how approachable in size that one is.
But I've seen some little ones too that are coming out. In fact, I just put one in my cart at Etsy that I can't buy for another week. That's just going to be a cute little, just to kind of balance things out. And I love the drum. I mean, the finishing is going to be so, I love it finishing on a drum because it is so different. So anyway, for those of you who weren't able to get it and really want to, it will be released at Nashville for everybody to participate in. So that'll be a fun thing. And it was a really fun, easy, quick stitch. And I tend to stitch with the things I don't like to stitch and then work my way to the fun. So I started with the 2026 1776 and then finished with the eagle and the flag, which is different from what Chantel stitched.
See, I just like go top left, and I'll go through patterns of going down or going left and just building.
And that's, a lot of people do that. And sometimes I do, but if there are bits and pieces that I don't like stitching numbers or letters as much as I enjoy the eagle or the flag. So to kind of incentivize it, I saved the eagle and the flag for last.
Is there another project that goes with it? I feel like you have so much extra fabric around it.
Well, it would have to be little because I still have to cut out the circle and leave enough to finish it. So anyway, that's my finish, and I'll show you guys the fully finish. Or if you don't want to watch me finish the finished product, go to Chantel because she's the one that created it. So
if you don't want to wait,
Teresa,
it's there.
Yeah, it's there. You can see it finished. So that's my finish.
Good job, Mom. We rocked it. So have you had any new starts?
Yes, I did.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. We're doing whips next.
Yes, because I was going to say the new starts is related to our trip to the attic. So
okay, so let's do whips next.
Okay.
I actually only have one whip and 2 new starts. So, Joy from the Carolina Stitchers jokingly called me out.
Challenged.
She was more talking about herself, but so she was the one that inspired and like pointed me in the direction of this US President's stitch from Clouds Factory. And if you've been around for a while, you're aware that I set a goal to stitch 1 president a month through 2025. I fell off in November. I did not get November's and December's stitched. But this week she had made a comment. She saw someone on the ridge. Anyway, like home on the ridge, and I think she is a Flosstube, and I was checking out her Instagram. And she'd seen her stitch it, Joy had seen me stitching it, and made a comment about, okay, I gotta pull this out, otherwise they're gonna finish this before I do. And I don't know if this comes across in our Flosstubes, but I am competitive. It doesn't and I can compete with myself, it doesn't necessarily have to be other people.
Yeah, sometimes I think you're the hardest on yourself.
So it doesn't take much, and that is just enough. And I honestly, thank you, Joy, because I think because I set 1 president a month as a goal, I almost dreaded taking it out. I wasn't enjoying stitching it as much.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's necessarily the case, but anyway, Joy called me out and I said, challenge accepted. So I actually took this out the other day. And yesterday, I got our friend James K. Polk and Zachary Taylor stitched.
You did 2 yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
So
now I'm caught up on 2025 at least. Oh,
okay. So you're still got to do 26 January.
Yeah. I still think I'm going to try and pull out at least 1 a month. I have an unofficial, I have 6 presidents on my bingo card this year. But in my planner, I have 12 extra. So, but I'm thinking if I could get 15 done, I'm gonna reward myself do something fun. So anyway, this is what I have total working on the 2nd row. I actually just finished can you see that okay?
Uh-huh.
You can see, I just finished the Zachary Taylor name and date before I came over today.
Those are the 2 you just
I realized this guy up here, I think this is the one that Joy was on when she posted it. I forgot his name and year. But, so it's just really cute. And it's on a Picture This Plus Heroic.
And I don't know if it's coming across. It's got some like reddish and bluish hues in it, which looks really good with all the colors and the patriotic vibe.
Yeah, so
that'd be a good one to finish this year.
It really would. So thank you, Joy, for the kick to the butt that you didn't intend to at all. Whatever. And then I've been keeping it in this handcrafted by Harvey bag that Mom bought for me. With all the... It's the perfect bag for a U.S. history teacher, let's just be honest. I come by my U.S. history-isms, quite honestly.
Okay.
So what have you been whipping?
So I've Whip It Good.
That's coming out so well.
I know. It is so much fun to stitch. Okay, so I think really there's only been a couple things after that I've been working on because I'm enjoying stitching it so much. I think I told you that it is a family tradition on my husband's side. His mother did it with all the grandkids and the new in-laws. She would make us a cross-stitch Christmas stocking. She would cross-stitch it, finish it. Half of them she finished herself because she was an incredible seamstress. And then as she got older, she found somebody she liked and trusted and would send them out to be finished. Well, she passed away in 2017 at the ripe age of 96. Okay. Yeah, she made it. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she passed away with Jack and Squirt in her hand. So that was her thing.
Hold the Squirt. It was just Jack.
By then it was just... Anyway, so... I'm going to be a new mother-in-law in September. My son is marrying a long-term girlfriend, which we're just thrilled. And she's never had a stocking. She's Russian and Ukrainian, beautiful family, wonderful parents, but they just do Christmas a little different. She'd never had a stocking. So I asked her if she wanted one, and she was thrilled that I was willing to make one. So we went through a bunch of them, and she picked out this one. It's called Sky High Santa by Satsuma Street, just because she loves the colors. And anyway, I can see it totally be her. She's got a good sense of humor when she's not being snarky, which is partly why we do fine with her. So I started that, I think in December. Yeah, November, December, because I would love to have it done by the time they get married, but for sure by their first Christmas, I would love to have it ready.
Which is only 3 months after.
Yeah, which they get married in September and then Christmas. So I'd love to give it to her at the wedding, but as an official welcome, but we'll see. It's coming along a lot faster than I thought it would. And just here's where I've gotten so far.
That's a lot of
progress. The hot air balloon is about the balloon itself, not the basket or the Santa, but the balloon itself is about 2/3 done. And it's so much fun to stitch on, and all the colors just bring me great joy.
Do you think it's just because it's a lot of like color blocking? Like it's not...
Yes, and I think I kind of like color blocking, I've kind of discovered. And I'm not sure if I want to do the Elizabeth like in a bright color, multiple colors, a solid color. I haven't decided that yet, but... Anyway, so I'm just having a blast stitching on that.
I think you need to do it in one color.
Yeah. I just haven't decided then what color.
Right.
I'm not crazy. The more I'm thinking about the multiple colors, I don't think it'll work, but it's picking out the color. If it should be a bright pink or use one of the colors in the
It might be fun to bring the pink from the balloon up into the band.
And I might just try a couple and see what I think. Anyway, so other than a new start, that's pretty much what I've been working on in between finishing the We Are Blessed and then the new start. So, because it's so much fun and it's easy to sit there. It doesn't require, it requires counting and thinking, but it's easy to sit in front of the TV at night and work on that. And I just love the way it's coming together.
Yeah, it's really cute. Is that navy fabric hard to stitch on?
No. Once you get used to it, it just takes my eyes a little bit to adjust to it.
Right.
And it's really easy because it's a 28 count.
Okay.
It's a 28 count by Navy Weichel. I'm not sure how you say that name. But it's a navy 28 count. So the holes are pretty big. It's really weird going from 40 count or 36 count to stitching on that because the needles just about fall through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Anyway, that's a lot of what I've been working on.
Okay. Well, I have 2 new starts. One was my birthday start. So again, if you've been watching us in the past, I shared that I've been wanting to stitch Plum Street Samplers American Welcome for a long time. I saw them on people's Flosstubes, so many different places, and I just loved it. But I was really intimidated by it, just thinking it was this huge pattern.
Huge sampler.
And so I kept putting it off, and then we were at Stitch West, and someone had put it on the brag table. And it was on a 36 count, and it's complex, but it really wasn't that large.
You were shocked how small it was compared to what you thought it was going to be.
So I made it my birthday start. I kitted it all up. I put it in this lovely bag.
Folio.
Lip gloss on the folio. That's just, I found the pattern or fabric. The designer is a Beehive Stitcher, Diane Caruso, that was a vendor at Stitch West. So I just think it's really pretty. But, so I made a really pathetic start on it on my birthday. I think I got home from Mom's house on my birthday, and it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, I never got around to finishing or starting it at all. I brought it over, and it was chill, but we didn't have a lot of just sit around and talk time. So that was my start. And so I bought the fabric from Live or Die
Well,
LA.
we
went for a hike.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had breakfast with Sarah. And then we checked out the bookstore. And then we came back and we were just doing dinner and dessert. I think we watched a movie.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I don't know. Either way,
Doesn't
I
matter.
got so this is where I'm at now. I spent some time on it this past weekend and a little bit yesterday.
So pretty.
And so it's on 36 count. Nope, I did do 36 count. This is my first time doing 36 count. A 36 count linen Field of Gold by Live and Die LA. So there's her tag. And here is my start. This is another one I would love to have done by the end of the year.
I'd make that one the priority for sure.
It is. So I'm really excited about it. I'm doing 1/2, so I'm not having 2 strands. I played around with the 2 strands because I think you were saying you can do both on 36, and it just looked too bulky. So I feel like it's not looking empty with the 1 strand. The only thing I'm not loving is the white on this Field Gold. That's really hard to stitch.
It kind of blends in a little bit.
So I'm enjoying it. It's not necessarily it's not hard, but it requires a little bit more attention.
You have to concentrate because there's a lot of colors and shading in there. So
luckily, I did all the called for colors. I splurged and got the fancy floss. For me, that wasn't, because there's a lot of it actually.
No,
so I splurged and got all the fancy floss because I kind of want this. I understand that if I'm blessed with kids someday, most of my cross stitch will probably just get thrown away. And I'm okay with that. Who knows? I might even throw some of it away at some point.
But there are pieces.
But there are pieces that I would love to be an heirloom piece, whether it's to my kids or to a classroom when I leave teaching.
Or a niece or nephew, you never know.
So this is one of those that I would like to be an heirloom piece.
Totally understandable.
Yeah. And then, so spoiler alert, my other new start comes from the Primrose Cottage Sip and Stitch. They ask us to wait about a week before we start posting about it. I did not order it the day it was available. It was a day or 2 later, and I got it over a week ago. So I'm gonna talk about it. If you have ordered it and haven't received it yet, skip ahead, or thank you so much. We're gonna do haul later. And then we have some we have a giveaway to do. But I don't want to spoil it for you. So we're going over the Sip and Stitch box.
Yep.
because I feel like I follow their rules. I am doing this in good faith. I'm not trying to, I love that they try and keep it a secret for everybody.
Yeah.
But I do
And
feel
you
like
did reach out to them, but you just haven't heard back yet.
right. And so I feel like it's fair. I did what they asked. So I'm gonna share some of the Sip and Stitch box. So for those of you that don't know what a Sip and Stitch box, Primrose Cottage, a couple times a year, will do these boxes that have patterns, and they like fully kit up a project for you. Actually, they give you 3 projects. They give you all the floss you need. They give you all the finishing stuff that you need. They give you a fun, they call it a drinking vessel, because it's a different thing each time.
That's the sip portion of it.
And then they give you some stitchy goodies extra.
Show them the sip part.
So this year, or for this box, this was the sip.
That's no cheapie.
Yeah, I've been using it all week. It has strawberries and little flowers on it. I love it. And it goes with the theme of the rest of the box. And so I'm gonna share you guys the pattern because it is one of my new starts. I opened it up and immediately started kitting it all up that day. So this one was Valentine's Day themed. That is not a spoiler whatsoever. And so the first, like kind of the big anchor pattern is this Happy Valentine's Day with the birds, and I just think it's so adorable. Everything they gave in this box was so adorable. And I'm so excited because I didn't get the Sip and Stitch box in the fall and ended up regretting it. So that was kind of, I saw it, and then I saw that they did something about how to use the drinking vessel or something because people were struggling with it. I think if you don't push down the plastic piece of the mouth, sometimes it doesn't sip as well.
Okay.
So anyway, so this was my new start.
And they provide the fabric?
The only thing they don't give you is the fabric.
Okay, so you had that fabric at home already.
So this is 32 count blush from
Zweigart?
It's the one that we used for their Belfast linen. Yeah, I think just Zweigart. It's so it's a really pale pink. I thought it worked lovely with this.
It's gonna be perfect for it.
So I did accidentally switch around the blues on the bird.
Oops.
But it works. So that's my new start. And then it came with the needle minder, which I just think is adorable.
Cute.
And so they give you all the flosses. And then they provided these floss drops that are also strawberries.
Got a lot.
Mm-hmm. They say it's like $125 value for like 80. It was 84 including shipping. And then, oops, they gave this little keychain that I put on the project bag I'm using that we got at Stitch West. I can't remember. It was the Millennial fabric dyer. There's Millennial in the name. Anyway, and then so we also got this pattern, Hugs and Kiss. They call it Toadstool Kisses. And quite frankly, I'm really, look at the little frogs in there. I'm not normally a frog person.
Frogs are adorable.
So that's really cute. I love the blue and the pink.
Yes.
If you go on and look at their older Valentine's Day stuff, the Valentine's Day quilt in particular, it has like that blue with the pink, and I just adore it.
Like a tealy blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I'm not going to show you the third pattern because they actually. It's just this, that's the finished product. It just says love with the strawberry. I'm covering it up because above it is just the pattern. So you get 3 patterns with this. And then they give you the finishing fabrics.
You need to finish it.
Yeah. So truly,
those are pretty pretty fabric too.
Yes, I was so happy with this box, and I feel like I'm forgetting something, but actually, I think that was it. Okay. It was just so generous. Like, it's so much fun because you don't know what you're getting. You don't know the pattern. You don't know what anything's going to be. So it's a little like mystery box. So Primrose Cottage, thank you for putting this together.
Sounds like
it's
they
truly
knock
lovely.
it out of the park.
So yeah, so that was the sip and stitch, and so this was my new start that I started. We got back on Monday. I started it Monday. And so yeah, hopefully we didn't spoil anything for anybody. We tried to give you the warning, but happy Valentine's Day. This year I've actually been excited about Valentine. I don't know why. I've been having funny, like putting pink in my house this year, and so it was perfect because I was looking for something Valentine's-y.
There you go.
To stitch. So you don't have any other new starts, correct?
I do have a new start, but it's
goodness
correlated
gracious.
with.
Yes.
So, we went to the attic on Friday, a week ago this past Friday.
You guys went on
We
Friday.
did. She was working, but they were so excited to go because none of them had ever been before.
I love you ladies. I'm just teasing you.
Well, kind of. And at the same time, it was the same weekend that they were having their sampler symposium. And so the store was really stocked. They had 2 or 3 fabric vendors that were there. The place it was crowded. Like, I couldn't believe how many people they had helping there. You had to take a number when you walked in because the lines were long to check out. So I grabbed a number when I came in, and I still, by the time I got done finishing, still had to wait another 20, 30 minutes to check out, which is not like them at all. But they had planned for it. They had tons of help. Not once did I hear anybody get mean, snarky, and I'm talking customer or employee. Not once did I hear anybody get impatient, disrespectful towards each other. It was truly a delight to see. In fact, I had one friend who was trying to do something a little bit different, that one of the stitchy friends, and she is such a kind, gentle soul that she has a difficult time asking for help because she doesn't want to bother anybody. And then her sister, who's a little bit older, who's equally as friendly, got some help for her. And this woman went above and beyond helping her sister. And it was truly a joy to see how everybody was just
there for the love of stitching.
For the love of stitching, and helping each other pick out colors, substituting colors. And I'm talking people who are just there shopping. It was truly a joy watching everybody interact and getting to just see all the different projects. And because, we were there, we also got to see some of the stuff they would be working on. And there was some pretty incredible stuff. So if you follow the attic, you probably saw a lot of the pictures come out of the symposium. But last year at their symposium, the attic and Plum Street did a collaboration and an exclusive that was so, I have it, it's okay. That was so well received that Plum Street and the attic are released it this year for the symposium, open to the public.
I didn't realize this was their symposium one last year.
Yes.
Okay.
If you'd read, I watched the Addicts Flosstube, and Jean was was telling us about it. So it's been released to the public because it's the 250th birthday. They wanted everybody to be in on it, but you can only get it through the attic. So as soon as I saw that, which was like a week before everybody was coming in, we all said we need to do this. So I present to you Plum Street Samplers America 250. That's all it's called. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this already. We're not presenting anything new. But and it really struck a chord in my heart and all the stitchy friends' hearts. And every little emblem, there's an explanation in the pattern for what they mean, because there's some Latin words, there's some Bible verses in there, everything has an explanation of what it means and where it came from in our history and pertaining to 250. So I bought the pattern, we all bought the pattern, and then they also had floss packs, the attic put together.
Silk floss packs.
Silk floss put together. I just need to make sure I'm presenting the right.
That looks
yes,
right.
That's right. So the silk floss has, oh, here, let me get my eyeballs on. They're like 4 different companies that they pulled to get this. So, oh, I can't remember. NP Silks. They used NP Silks. They've used gum nut silks, which I've never heard of before, but I'm not a silk user, so these are some new names to me. NP Silks, gum nuts. We had Dinky Dye silks, and then Belsois silks, which are just like butter in the hand. And you guys have probably heard of Vicki Clayton silks. She's out of New York, I believe. She also has a silk pack for this pattern that she put together, and I know part of it is it's hard to see online, the colors, but what sold me on the silk floss pack from the attic was these gum nut colors right here. Hold on, let me get this one out of the way because this is just incredibly beautiful. Just these blues to be used in this pattern is just incredible. They're just gorgeous colors. And I'm sure Vicki Clayton silks were similar for about 2/3 of the price, but those silks, to see these in person, just sold me. And this is the first time I've seriously stitched with silk, and it's like butter. It just slides through the fabric. It's just...
Some people say you go silk, you're never going back.
I don't know about that, but they are gorgeous. And then the fabric, okay, so they were also having, like I said, a lot of fabric people there. Fox and Rabbit was there in person. And then Mason Linens, which I discovered is out of Alaska, they had a huge table, which was a huge bestseller there, because by the second day when we got there, probably 75% of the fabrics were sold out.
And they had the called for fabric for this.
Yes.
But the called for fabric was much darker.
And darker than I wanted to
So
use.
neither of us actually went with the called for, but
Yes.
we both got fabric there for it.
So, and I wanted something a little lighter. So I went with the Mason Linens. It's called Chatelaine. And it is a 40 count needle. It's a 40 count. And so here's the start. I couldn't wait to get home and get it all kitted up, and I've made a start this week.
I love it.
It's 1/2. It's going to be roughly 12 by 15. I think it's when it's finished. I think we sat there and figured out. So anyway, I'm really super excited about this pattern. It's my goal to get this done in the 250. So in the year 26 for our 250th. So I'm setting aside like an hour a day to seriously just turn out the world and work on it, rather than doom scrolling or cleaning toilets. I'll stitch for an hour. So that is my new start, and I'm excited about the new start.
That is, I don't know what to do because I love my American look, and that was kind of my plan for America 250 until I saw this. And if all you guys are stitching 250, I don't want to be left out. FOMO is real. No, but like also, American Welcome is my first Plum Street.
Yeah.
And like you've seen me, like my eyes have been like drawn to
They
Plum
really
Street
have
lately.
been.
So I'm really excited to start doing. I was like, have been looking at some of their smaller ones, Cinnamon Stars, this fall.
Yeah.
If I think I think I was going back and forth on it, and then I think it was Missy, 2 needles pulling thread. I think I saw her, Missy or Kathy.
One of the two of them.
I think they finished it. And if it wasn't you ladies, I'm sorry. And I don't know who I saw, but I saw someone finish it on a Flosstube, and I was like, sold.
That's for me.
But by that point, it was like mid to late October, enough where I was like, by the time I got it and kitted it up, I'd be in Christmas mode.
Yeah.
But it's sitting there on my 1, 2, 3 stitch.
I fell in love with this. And as you read the story
Yeah.
about the bits that Plum Street put into the sampler, I think it just makes it even more, I don't know. That's the one thing I want to do this year. Yeah, all the symbolism they put into it.
So I got the same thing at the attic. And I also got a Mason Linens, but I got antique button.
Yeah, she got a little darker fabric.
I'm realizing I tend to go, like, I need more of like this or a little bit lighter. because I have a lot of darker neutrals. So it's almost like a country vintage mocha color.
Yeah, but it's a little lighter, I think, than
it
the
is.
vintage
And
country
then
mocha.
we asked.
They were so
and they
sweet
delivered.
there. Oh my gosh.
Because they put together a non-silk pack.
An overdyed
for America 250. And so that's what I got. They're still missing one or two. I still need to find pine needles, which, if I remember correctly,
Color and Cotton
either
sold
Color
out.
and Cotton doesn't have their pine needles, because I went and ordered a bunch of them from their website. They are so speedy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was like when I was ordering it back in like October, November-ish.
And they come from
I ordered online.
East Coast?
No, they're
Where's
like
Color Cotton?
St. Louis, I think.
Oh, okay, close
because
by.
the girls were talking about I should take an extra day when I'm in Kansas City
That's
to
right.
go see
Okay.
them. But they were so speedy, and just anyway, I'm a big fan of Color and Cotton after that. But they didn't have pine needles, so I'm using the DMC. That's like the one overdye I didn't get. And so clearly, if now the attic doesn't have pine needles. So
yeah,
they
were just putting those together the very last minute because
I think this was for the same symposium.
You think so?
Because they had to make sure, like, was it set aside for somebody or
okay.
were they available to sell? So
because I know they put it together for all of this. Besides me, all other Stitchy friends bought that pack too, right? Except
I know at least two others did. I don't know. But anyway, they were really great about it, whether it was meant to sell or online. If you're still waiting for yours and you ordered online, please be patient with them. When we were there, they said they had something like 800 emails about this.
And that was of Saturday. That was
over a week ago. So they're working so diligently. Like every spare minute they had, they're putting together these floss packs.
Cutting fabric, getting the patterns.
Yeah. So
they were not expecting this.
I love it though.
Response, this loving response to this. They were expecting to sell a few hundred, but I think they were overwhelmed with the public's response. I think they said they were
expecting like 200.
Yeah, and 800 as of we were there Saturday morning.
Yeah, and there were people I know I've responded to. I think you posted about your start or someone. I don't know.
No, it wasn't me.
It was somewhere where someone was like, "What is this pattern?" And like I pointed them and kind of told them about it.
But it is exclusive to the attic, so you have to deal with the attic to get it.
It's so hard.
Well, we're fortunate. We live here.
So anyway, that was the beginning of the haul.
Yes.
And it only got better.
That's going to be hard to top, but we have we have some things. There's another patriotic one that they had there that I can't wait to show you.
I'm going to try and avoid the crinkle. If you have headphones, I'm sorry.
Pull them out real quick. The headphones. And pull it out real quick too.
So my birthday present from Mom was an upgraded ticket to France this summer. It was lovely. I was not expecting anything else. But she got me some fabric. She got me a lot of fabric. It is a full fat yard of 32 count Valaris from Fabrics by Stephanie. And Valaris is a Sarah J. Maas world that is created in her ACOTAR books, A Court of Thorns and Roses. If you know, you know. If you don't.
And Stephanie does know because she's dyed fabric to...
Yes. And if you don't know and you're looking for a good romantasy series, I got you. At the Court of Thorns and Roses. Anyway, so Valaris... Yeah.
And it matches Allie's eyes beautifully.
So anyway, I'm really excited about this. I think we both tend to go towards blues. So that was lovely. And then in a birthday gift to myself, apparently, I ordered Be Stitch Me pink chocolate. I ordered it in the middle of October at Stitch West because apparently I'm easily influenced by the brag table. Tiny Modernist was the guest designer, and someone on the brag table had done her Harvest Moon, but had done it on pink chocolate. and I fell in love with it. It was framed, it was beautiful. And so I went on their website and ordered it. But not only did I get pink chocolate,
she went above and beyond.
I got the opalescent pink chocolate. So one, look how gorgeous this is.
Is he going to show up?
And then you can kind of see the sparkle.
Yeah,
but it looks a little bit browner.
It is beautiful though.
So
I can see the harvest moon being on that.
So that's one I'd like to start. So that arrived just in time to be a birthday gift to myself. Thank you, Allie. And then the attic. Why don't you share the...
No, go ahead.
Well, you bought the fabric.
Oh, okay. So I kind of shocked myself at the attic because I have so much colored fabric that I really got, I was really attracted to all the neutrals because I don't have a lot of neutral fabric. However, there was one color in true Amy fashion. Their Weeks Dye Works had a bunch of fabric there too. So Mason Linen, Fox and Rabbit had a huge table. And then Weeks Dye Works had a table, and they had, was it a half yard or a full yard? I think it was a full yard that I started with. It's called Red Pear. It's 32 count red pear. And I hope it's doing this color justice because it is just a beautiful pink red with a brown, or it's not bright, but it's not dull either. It's truly just a really pretty color that I could just see white work being done on. There's a perfect project. However, by the end of the weekend, there was only one piece in this color by the time we got there. One piece. And this is how much I love the Stitchy friends that came for a visit. They were all oohing and ahhing and telling me, oh, you're going to share that with us. So, of course, being the
generous friend
I want to be, the ladies at the attic cut it up into 6 pieces for us total. So,
I showed up on Friday after work and it's like, oh, your mom got this really pretty fabric. Yeah, she's going to share it all with us. She's going to share it with us all.
It was really funny the way it came to be, but it is truly a gorgeous fabric. And I got to keep 2 pieces of it because one of our Stitchy friends only stitches on Ada. So,
so share the neutrals.
So the neutrals, so there's the red pear. And then again, sorry about the creaky, but we get so dusty down here that I hate to keep things out in the open. So Fox and Rabbit, they have their sandcastle, which is, it's a neutral tan with just a little bit of, it's not a white, but it's not too dark either. I don't know if whites would show up on it super well.
I don't think so.
But it's a lovely, lovely, not white, but not real creamy, a little darker than creamy.
This is B5200.
Okay. So it might show up, but not strong. But it's a beautiful neutral, and I have very few neutrals. There's that one. I went a little berserk. Oop, let me get rid of that. Well, anyway, I'll try not to crinkle it too much. And then here's Mason and Linen.
Oh, that's what I got, the antique
was
button.
The antique button. What was cool about Mason and Linen, yep, antique button.
Ours are very different.
But what count? This is a 40 count.
32.
Oh, it's amazing how different it looks.
So this is my 32 count. This is Mom's 40 count.
The 32 count is much darker. But what was cool about the Mason and Linen's table was they had single cuts, but they also had a 4-pack of from light to dark shades, and they had that you could buy them all together. So the colors all blended, but it went from light to dark, and there were 4 in a pack. And I was really tempted to get one, but anyway, but I didn't. So I bought this button, which is lighter than her button, which is really interesting. And then needle bling designs and hand dyed linens. Never heard of them before.
Marshmallow fluff.
It's called Marshmallow Fluff, and it truly is just a creamy white. It's not a pure white, but it is a creamy white. It's lovely, lovely, and it's in 36 count. And then the last color that I got was, again, another Mason linen. I'm trying to keep it opening so
They
that
line
you
it
don't
with
have to
tissue
hear it.
paper. That's what you're
Yeah,
hearing.
yeah. Was the Mason linen, and this is called Carpet Bag, which is kind of a grayish. It's kind of a gray taupey, which is what my eye gravitates to for this. Anyway, my house has a lot of this kind of color in it.
That's the neutral you tend to go for.
Yep, that tends to be the neutral that I really go for. So that was all the fabric that I got.
None at all. Like, she got nothing.
Which I love. I was just surprised how much I was really looking at the linens. There were so many colors that I liked too, but I have a whole bin of colored linen, and it was like, I need to get into more neutrals.
That's where I'm at right
for my good base.
Who was I like? Was it Bestitch Me? Someone had like a neutrals club.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that would love to do that for a little bit, just to build up, because like I was going through my neutrals the other day because I have an idea of something to do. But all of my neutrals are kind of the brownie.
Yeah. I didn't have a lot of creamy,
so
slightly tanned kind of colors. So I got some patterns too, but why don't you, since I talk about what else you got while I
bought so before, I think it was on our last Flosstube, I got this Let It Snow. And if I lived up north and was getting snow, I would have probably started this weekend. Like, there's still a part of me that very much wants it, but like, it's really hard to stitch snow when it's in the 70s.
Yep.
So there's a part of me that still wants to start this. We'll see if I start it this
and I love
fall.
snowmen, but it is hard to put snowmen up when it's...
Yeah. I've been kind of obsessed with Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. So, because the other one that I was eyeing this fall that I kept going back and forth on,
and it just jumped into her basket,
is the Woodland Witch. So when I was at the attic, it wasn't even a question. It just went into the bag. I think the cloches or whatever, clearly there's a theme here and I love it. So these will definitely get stitched soon.
Okay.
I'd like to say this year, like 2026 year.
Depends on if she starts the Plum Street's 250.
There's just so much stitching.
There's so many beautiful patterns and designs out there. It's hard. It is so hard. I can see easily where people have 75, 80
I was
whips.
watching, whose whip parade was I watching the other day? I can't remember. And then I bought the Book of Days. I didn't do a calendar last year, but I missed having I enjoy being able to kind of track what I was working on when. And I'm trying to get better at keeping track of what floss tubes I watch. So I bought the Book of Days. Some of these, like the colored stickers, are from because the Primrose Cottage Sip and Stitch box also had a pack of stickers. So I've been like putting them on this one as well as my actual like life planner. So I just enjoy like kind of, it almost becomes a journal in its own way.
The stitchy journal.
Yeah. So I love how I've seen floss tubers use the little sprocket to print out pictures and like as stickers and put them in their planners.
That's what one of our friends this past weekend did.
Yeah, Tammy was
doing that. She had a little sprocket that's ancient.
I've been eyeing them because I still have some of the paper left over from Dad's that didn't work.
Let's think about it.
So anyway, so that was, I tried to be really careful. There wasn't a ton screaming at me. There was some fabric that I would have loved to have had, but it was one of those, like, it would be the right project. It would be beautiful, and it was beautiful fabric. So that's actually where I got the fabric for $250. the girls actually gifted me 250, Book of Days, and the floss. I think it wasn't that much, but it was a big bill for
I did
not
not
that
do
much.
so well. Fabric was the big thing.
Yeah.
And for those of you that have been to the attic, you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who've not had the opportunity to go to the attic, you walk in there, you could spend 3 hours walking around, and every time you walk around, you'll find another pattern that you didn't see before. I mean, it's almost overwhelming.
And the first hour is just looking at all the models they have stitched of the samplers.
Yeah.
Like if you were a sampler person, you need to go just to see all
you
the
enjoy
beautiful
samplers. Yep. Historical antique samplers up there that Jean had been collecting for years and years. It's just an incredible place for people who really truly enjoy samplers. That's probably the store to go to.
Yeah, and then they have so much modern stuff too.
Yeah, and they're getting more all the time. So I did find a few things. I'm going to save my favorite pattern besides 250 for the last because just because I will. So I love scarecrows, and they had this one there, Jack and Josie. Just cute little, this will be a fairly quick stitch for the fall, but I'm not in the fall stitching mood. And then
if you didn't get that one, I was going to get that one.
And then Allie was going to get this one, but I took it out of her hand. You know, just, it's called Winter Joy by Cherry Blossoms, which I've not heard of. But, you know, I'm not a great person to ask who's who in the stitchy world, but it's adorable and cute. And I do love snow globe kind of things. And then this one popped in because I do love, I enjoy flamingos. It's called Dreamer, and it's by the company, the Artsy Housewife. Now, I probably won't put Dreamer in there. I just like the flamingo in the coffee mug. So there we go. And then they had this as a finish there. Oh. And I'm not a sampler. I'm not kind of an antique stitchy person. But this one, man.
It's the patriotic.
It's the whole patriotic thing, which I'm really getting into. And I love the American Eagle. This is called 1776 Liberty Eagle, and to see this stitched up and in an antique looking gold frame was just amazing. So this one would be one I'd like to get done for the year too. I'm not gonna beat myself up if I don't, but so those are the patterns I bought at the attic. The big thing was the fabric because I just didn't have a lot, and they had so much fabric there.
They always have a really good selection. They don't always, if you're a colored fabric person,
that's not their specialty.
No, their specialty is like beautiful neutrals.
Yes, for samplers, because they show off the samplers the best. But it was an amazing trip, an amazing weekend with the friends. And then I did get the Gloriana silks were there. I mean, they love silks there. And then just look at these colors. Look at these colors. It's called Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, that you got with your new best friend.
With my new best friend. We each bought this, and we're going to figure out something to do up. Just one color on a solid background. I don't know. It just gets me so excited to think about. And then I have one more thing to talk about, can I?
Of course.
Okay. So, I think I told you about it in the last Flosstube. Teresa Kogut's Midnight Santa Stocking. I got the pattern.
This was a Jingle Ball exclusive.
This is a Jingle Ball exclusive. And the pattern came really quick. And I just love him. He reminds me of, like, he should be a crab fisherman on the coast of Maine. There's just something about him.
If Grandpa had grown out his beard.
If Grandpa had grown out his beard and smoked a pipe. But there's something that just...
He's whimsical.
This isn't normally my style. But there was something about this Santa and this saying. I had to have it.
It says, the stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke is encircled his head like a wreath.
And it's just, anyway, there's a whole face group for it now. People are not doing all of it or aligning it, so it's more of a sampler. Some people are trying to figure out how to turn it into a bell pull. I don't know if I'll try and adjust everything to do a bell pull, or I haven't decided.
I think it'd make a really pretty stocking since you have that whole the stocking stand to put out before
Oh,
all
that's
of our
true.
normal stockings.
Oh, that's very true. Maybe that's what I'll do. So then Fox and Rabbit came out with a special fabric for it. It's not the called for fabric, but let's see, what is it? The called for fabric. Oh, that's not going to be on that page. It's in here somewhere.
Here, you look. I look.
Oh, here, just hold on. The called for fabric is 46 count old top hat by Dames of the Needle. But Fox and Rabbit started this stitch along, and this was the fabric they were going to use, and it's called Ancient Ruin. Ancient Ruin. And it's a 40 count linen. It's a darker gray brown.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's almost like a brown. Yeah, it's a gray brown, not a brown gray.
Yeah. It's just fabulous. And I just think, and then somebody suggested looking at Vicki Clayton, which I'd never heard of because, you know, I sit in my little corner and I don't get out there that much. And she had done the matching colors, or she had done a conversion in her silks, which were, considering how wonderful they feel, amazed me how affordable they are. I mean, compared to a lot of silks, hers are very, but they just, oh my gosh, they just feel so good. So here are all the colors in the Vicki Clayton conversion. I'm still waiting for a couple of the, not the basic black, it's some vinyl, it's the dark gray that gets used. Because she only put one in the kit, and you're supposed to have two in order to do the whole thing. So she had to re-dye a bunch. So I haven't gotten that yet, but I am just so excited to do this. And I don't know what to do. I have so much stitching to do, and
screw the housework.
Yeah, so much for cleaning toilets, dusting, washing floors.
Clean toilets like you say clean toilets like you clean toilets every day.
About once a week. Maybe. Anyway, when it's just me, you know, they just don't get that dirty. So anyway, so that has been my haul, because I know we talked about this at the last Flosstube, but everything has come in now. So I can talk about it now.
Well, and then we also had a lovely gift from April from Crafty Blue Bonnet. And she sent us some of her spools and some of her patterns.
Her Valentine ones.
They're so lovely.
They're so
what is she calling
cute.
This one? Valentine's spool series. Oh, I'm sorry. Heart with Stripes spool. April, you're a secret historian. I just made basic names.
Cute.
And then this is the one
that we want.
I'm
really
gonna
want to do.
And I think I want to take out the Cupid and blend it with the heart over here. That's my plan. But we want to share in the Stitchy Love. So we're going to give away this So Lovely.
Yes.
And so to enter the drawing, comment with the word lovely down below.
And we'll announce the winner in our next Flosstube, which shouldn't be so long.
Yeah, no, we're going to go back
down.
to try and doing our every 3 week rotation. So it'll be right around Valentine's Day, to be honest.
Yeah.
So the winner will win this So Lovely pattern. And April, thank you so much for your love, and Haley.
And Haley, because it's a mother-daughter.
But we got a lovely note from April. So
yes.
April, thank you so much for just your friendship and your generosity. You are a sweetheart.
And your work is just becoming, I mean, it's just amazing. And I believe she's venturing into punch needle work too.
Mm-hmm. And she does like the printed canvas now. She's
expanding, and it's fun to see.
Yeah. So.
And she's just a lovely, sweet person.
Yeah.
There are so many amazing people in the world of stitching.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about that with our stitchy friends, about just how like lovely the stitchy world is and just how friendly everybody is. And
yeah.
So thank you guys for sharing your loveliness with us and your kindness. Thanks for putting up with us. we have like one more thing. Just came in the mail recently. One of our stitchy friends sent us the floss rings and the zipper pulls.
And
so cute.
matching.
And which I think I'm gonna use for my America 250.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you intended, Missy, but and then the little floss drops. And I just noticed this. I am so excited about that second little hole in the floss drop for like all your floss and then the floss you're currently using.
Yep.
Mind blowing.
And she told us she was sending us, and she goes, there's a set for you and then there's a set for Allie. You'll know which is which when they get there. Sure enough, I opened it up and it's like, well, if she meant that for Allie, wrong, because it's the beach. It's just a beach shop. It's just, oh, just makes me want to be there so bad. And then it has the floss ring with the same picture. And then the zipper pull, scissor fob, zipper. Oh, that'd make it easier for me to keep. Anyway, it's by the company called sweetautumnstitch.com, which I'd never heard of. And her work is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Sweet Autumn Stitch. It just, look at all the little jewels and stuff. I feel like a woman when I'm using this, you know, a girly girl, and not the tomboy that I am. Yeah, I feel like a girly girl. I feel like a woman. Anyway, just all the girly bling on it. And I'm not a blingy person, but I do like touches of bling. And the older I get, the more I'm liking bling. So by the time I'm 90, Lord only knows I'll be wearing rhinestones head to toe.
Just pure rhinestone jackets.
Might even get a nose rhinestone too.
Whoa.
No.
Pull out the presses.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's...
I could actually kind of see you doing it.
No. No. The nurse in me says, Anyway, I you know, the tiny little things, I don't think they're unattractive. It's just, they're not me. But who knows when I'm 90? So...
You might just say, to hell with it.
I might... One never knows. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any listening, we thank you for watching us, and we really appreciate it. Yep. So don't forget, if you would like the So Lovely by Crafty Blue Bonnet, comment lovely down in the comment. We appreciate. I know it's been a while, but we're two wild and crazy women, and we do get a bit busy at times, but we think of you, and
enjoy the Super Bowl. I think I have to go for the Patriots on this one, just with America 250. It seems appropriate.
It does seem appropriate.
Especially it's a different era of the Patriots. It's not the Tom Brady early 2000s Patriots.
Right. And sorry, as a Lions fan, Packers fan, we just cannot root for the Seahawks. So.
And then it's Valentine's Day.
Yep. And
I hope you guys survive the storm. Like that is in my prayers. Like, survive the storm.
Big time.
Be safe.
Yep. Be safe. We know you guys are getting a ton of snow too, like Michigan. Well, I talked to a friend today. They've gotten about 15 inches. Yeah. My soon-to-be daughter-in-law, they were last night around a foot, and they weren't done.
And that's in D.C.
And that's in D.C. And they weren't done. And who else was I talking to today? Somebody from Maine. I think they said they got 15 inches of snow. So it's a ton of snow. Yeah.
So be safe. Stay stitchy. We love you. See you around 3 weeks.
See you in about 3 weeks.
Bye, guys.